What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV. Greetings to everyone out there. Welcome back to the Football Minutes live on Blue Clouds Media. Greetings to everyone out there across the globe, across the continent, whether it be in Asia, Africa, North America, South America, wherever you find yourself. Greetings from our platform, Football Minutes and Blue Clouds Media. Said hello, Akwaba, or whatever. You can say welcome back again to the wonderful channel. My name is, as usual, I will say it later. Welcome back to Football Minutes, hosted by me, Zion, and Steven, brought to you by Blue Clouds Media. This is a show where we talk about all things football, from the biggest match to the latest news and transfer rumors surrounding Chelsea Football Club or Association Football. In today's episode, we will be talking about Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea will pay Manchester City an additional fee of 2.5 million. That's a secret clause in Cole Palmer's transfer deal have been revealed. It has been revealed. The young star who moved to Stamford Bridge in the summer for an initial 14 million clause. That was a price tag from Cole Palmer moving from Manchester City to Chelsea. Could be triggered further payment if he make his England debut this week. So like I said, join us here as we discuss the existing news and delve into the other Chelsea related topics, including Obi Mikel desperate play for Victor Osimhen to join Chelsea Football Club. Also, we have which Blues player do you think have been called up for the international duty? We'll look into the globe and see which players are in action this week. The latest transfer rumors also surrounding Chelsea Football Club. We'll talk about it. As we all know, Victor Osimhen, as time goes on, for the past 3 days, his name has been circulating all the social media platform, and Obi Mikel has also got involved. Can the countryman seal the deal for us. Guys, do not go anywhere. We are ready for you. And guys, keep your comments coming. Phantom of Minute topic. Everyone that is there, keep your comment coming. We'll be right back in just a second. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to the show. My name is Nate Zion with alongside Steven here with me. We are ready. We're ready. We're gonna start from Chelsea. Okay. I got a problem right here, but I think Steven, I lost the connection for Steven, but Steven will be joining us later. Chelsea. Okay, I have my mind back. Steven G is back. Steven G is back on the channel again. Steven, Chelsea to pay 2.5 million to Manchester City. It's part of Cole Palmer's release clause, and if Cole Palmer goes ahead and play for Chelsea,
it's not release clause.
What was that again?
Not release clause.
Not a release clause. A clause that is part of his deal or his move from Manchester City to Chelsea. So Chelsea will paying that amount to Manchester City if he plays in with the Three Lions or he joined the Three Lions. He's already there if he plays for Three Lions this week.
Yeah, he's already there. But was 2.5 million. I mean, he's showing he's worth his value and everything. It's not a big deal. And at the end of the day, it's Southgate. Did you see the clip of when Gallagher greeted him and I forgot who the other player was, but did you see that clip?
No, I haven't seen it. Did you post it?
I might have put it in the group.
Okay.
So it's a clip. It'd be from like England, yeah. And Gallagher's greeting him and one of the other players that showed up. I can't think of his name. I don't think it was Rico Lewis. It could have been, but I don't think it was. And Gallagher's greeting both of them. And he said, I think Gallagher said something like, I didn't know you got called up. And he said, yeah, it happened after the game. He said, like, he got a text after the game, but he didn't know it was real. I said, yeah, he already knows. I messaged my mate. I went, he already knows Southgate. He knows that it's very unlikely to be real because Southgate has his favourites. I would have been questioning it too. I couldn't believe it. Bro knows. He already knows these things.
Southgate, I don't know how to describe Southgate. Even I did talk about his situation with Raheem Sterling right now. It's not looking likely. It looks like Southgate will be moving on from Raheem Sterling. I think all started from when Raheem Sterling left the Three Lions national English camp to go back home in terms of what he has going on, because I think there was a burglary during the Euros. So Raheem Sterling left the camp to go and take care of things, and then he came back. I think that has created that problem right now, because there's no manager in this world with how Raheem Sterling's performance is right now. He's arguably right now one or two best players in the Premier League. One or two best players in the Premier League, and Southgate is not calling him for the national team, which is bizarre. I found it very, very difficult to understand. As a player of his caliber, he has so much experience. He has lots of Premier League experience also. National team, he's been there, and he's been one of the players that have helped Southgate many times when he's confused with his tactics. Raheem Sterling has been there, but then this man is not there. But we'll come to Raheem Sterling. Steven, Cole Palmer, do you think that Pep Guardiola has really regretted letting him go and not giving him that playing time and letting him go to Chelsea from how things are shaping up right now?
From the early signs, I would say he probably has. I mean, Doku's been great for them. We can't ignore that. But at the same time, you've also got to look at the fact that they signed Doku. I can't remember the fee, but they had Cole Palmer from their academy. And respect to Cole Palmer, even if you're not a Chelsea fan, yeah, respect to Cole Palmer for backing himself because he
That's right.
backed himself to go to another club, a big club in Chelsea, and said, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to go there, I'm going to get game time, I'm going to be a key player, and I'm going to have an impact. And
That's a
he's doing
very difficult decision to make as a young player.
it.
21 years old, Stephen. 21.
20.
20. Some
Yeah.
website is saying 21. But anyway,
Nah, he's
let's go.
20. But yeah, it's 1 year difference. It don't really make a big difference, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, respect to him for backing himself, and look, he's proven it, man. He really is proven it, and I don't think anyone can argue that. And okay, there'll be oh wait, he's 21 now, yeah. But there'll be a couple people who say, "Oh, he's only scoring penalties." Okay, let's take the penalties out of it. He's still one of the most creative players in the Premier League this season. That's a fact. He's still, if we don't even look at the numbers and stuff like that, he's still one of the players that's had the biggest impact on their club this season. He joined us on deadline day. 2 days later, he comes off the bench and instantly he's direct. He's trying to do things, trying
Impact.
to create, trying to score. He was there for 2 days and he came in and dropped a performance. It's
And
ridiculous.
I'm not gonna cut you off. If people say, "Oh, okay, he's just penalties," what do people really see in Jorginho besides his
Mhm.
5 year passes and 2 year passes that he's been given on the pitch, and all the time he gets goals only from the penalty spot? What's the point? This guy is more advanced and more better than Jorginho is. I'm a Jorginho fan too. But when I look at this
I'm
guy
not.
and I look at what Jorginho does, this is a creator. This is the creator. This is the menace in the midfield. This is the guy that distributes all those balls. This is what I've seen from Cole Palmer. Tactically, Cole Palmer is very difficult for defenders to read. If you
Mhm.
look at Cole Palmer very well, he's just like a Lauren James. Lauren James is the same kind of player. And if I were a defender, I would find it very difficult to play against Lauren James or Cole Palmer because they're not that fast. But you can tell they're good with both foot. And when they're coming with the
Mhm.
ball, it's very difficult to take the ball away from them. And they keep coming. By the time you realize they found themselves in those little pockets where it's very difficult to see other players in there. That's where you see Cole Palmer and his distribution. He's very clever, very intelligent player. He's the way he passes the ball. It's I don't know, very difficult. And I've listened to some defenders talk about Cole Palmer and the way he holds the ball and carries the ball, just like Lauren James. Just Lauren James is not fast.
Mhm.
Cole Palmer is the same thing. He doesn't have that fast pace.
I
He's
don't
just
think
like
they're
a
slow, but they're
Fabregas
not
too.
like rapid either.
Yeah. And his passes are very accurate. He
Mhm.
hold on to the ball very accurate, and you can't take it away from him. Left, right, right foot, left foot. He's holding on to the ball. It's just like Lionel Messi. When Messi put the ball on the left side, going and coming at you, you can barely take it. All by the time you realize the ball is off his foot and it goes back to the straight to the pole, either the
Mhm.
goalkeeper's right hand side and or he's going up. That is how this guy is. He's not that fast player, but then he has the ability to control the ball. And people say, "Oh, penalty! Penalty is part of goals." If go ask Junior, how many goals have he had in his entire footballing career? Those are all coming from penalty. A little bit is coming from a run of play, but most of them are
Mm.
coming from penalty. It all counts
But
because
the other thing,
now we have Steven. Now we have a confidence and accurate penalty taker for the team.
Mhm.
Not that before we're struggling to get who's going to be our penalty taker. We have Enzo Fernandez, whom we tried and it didn't work until finally God bless us with Cole Palmer. So Chelsea
yeah.
are very happy to have Cole Palmer. Steven, over to you.
Yeah, another thing is we saw the other day, right? If we're talking away from numbers, because sometimes I use them to back my points up, but also don't want to use them too much because there's certain things that like can be deceiving, right?
Yeah.
How rare is it for someone to run through that Man City defense like he did on that one run where the ball then got stuck under his feet, where he had to try and get out from under his feet for the shot? How rare is it? He literally danced
Very
through
rare.
their defense, got right in front of the keeper, but the ball just got stuck under his feet. If that ball weren't stuck under his feet, that's in the back of the net, 100%. Like,
All right.
it's insane. Like, the thing is, I've also seen one of Phantom's comments. It's one of the more recent ones. He said that Palmer's learned from Sterling. No. He's not learned from Sterling. He's learned from an elite, world-class coach, and he
But
would have
but
learned from
Stephen, they're
multiple
both
players.
coming from they're both coming from the same place, so they might
No,
have
no,
all
but
learned
I'm saying you
something
don't
from.
learn from one player. Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe
Yeah.
one player has
Absolutely.
more of an impact, but you pick things up from everyone around you. He might have picked something up from Bernardo, as in Bernardo Silva, something
That's right.
from KDB, something from Raheem Sterling. So it's not Sterling just because he's a winger. You pick up things from players from other positions and even the experienced things of like your mindset of situations. He could
That's
have
right.
learned something from one of the defenders on certain things, like because of their experience. That's another thing. It's not just because of he can play out wide, so it's Sterling. It's literally, as a young player, you take what you can get from everybody. Sure, you'll get a bit more from the players in your position because it's more natural to you, but
Okay.
you also have to get from other people. Like, he could have got a lot of stuff taught to him from De Bruyne for how De Bruyne plays his passes and stuff like that, and the weighting of the pass and everything like that. He could have got stuff about being direct from Sterling from his Man City days. This is what I mean. Like, it's not one specific player, and we have to be careful in making that point of he's got it from this player. We all have done it from time to time, but like I say, we got to be careful with that because you do learn from everyone around you.
Absolutely. Guys, you're watching Football Minutes Live on Blue Clouds Media with your host, Nick Zion, alongside Steven, who is a great Chelsea fan. This is the topics that as we have for you guys today. If you're just joining us live, wherever you're watching us from, in the move that we see Chelsea pay Manchester City an additional fee of 2.5 million. Secret clause in Cole Palmer's transfer deal have been revealed. A young star who moved to Stamford Bridge in the summer from an initial 14 million could trigger a further payment if he makes his England debut this week. And also, we'll be talking about John Obi Mikel, desperate play from Victor Osimhen to join Chelsea Football Club, and also which of the blue players have been caught up for international duty. And the last one will be the latest transfer rumors surrounding Chelsea Football Club and also other interesting move in the Premier League that we will also be talking about. We might see next either the January transfer, we might see Jadon Sancho moving to either Juventus or most importantly him moving to the Italian league of a fee of maybe 18 million. That's how much Manchester United might lose from the Jadon Sancho transfer. Now he's now serving as a nuisance to the United team. He doesn't play, he's just there making lots of money on the bench without playing. And all started from Erik ten Hag. You have to be a good man. I mean, football manager manages players very well, and you get the best out of them. It looks like there's so much either autocratic. That's the right word, autocratic, or maybe authoritative way of managing these players. And this modern days or this modern world, the players are way different from 30 years ago. Okay. Steven, I'm not so sure if we've done with Cole Palmer. Now we have been streaming for how long now? I can't
Yeah,
tell
I
on my
think we're
screen
done on
here.
Cole.
Yeah, well, we're done on Cole Palmer. So yeah, we're done on Cole Palmer. But before we move on to the Victor Osimhen and John Obi Mikel, Obi-Wan, football Obi-Wan channel, the podcast. We're also going to talk about it a little bit on that platform. But before we get in there, let me take these 5 comments here. Big up to our brother Phantom of Minute Topic. He said second to hit the like. Thank you very much as usual. Phantom, you do that thing very much, and I'm always happy for you joining us here on this platform each and every day as we try as much as we can to entertain you, and you also entertain me with your loan move and your supporting football clubs. Don't worry, I know all of them. Stephen, I agree that Sterling is wealthy and starting 11. Absolutely, Phantom. I do agree with you. This 100%. Chelsea is showing. Ryan Sterling is showing all those promises why he's wealthy of whatever much money he's making, but he has to be more clinical. He has to get at least 1 goal every game. We'll be very, very happy. Not too many, but 1 goal a game. He can go. He can go about 1 game without it, but the following one he retain, we need to see the goals coming from Sterling. He makes over 350,000 a week. That's a lot of money. All right, so I want to love you forever is in the building. Hello, guys. Nice to see you guys again today. I'm watching while I'm awake. If you're new here, okay, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. I want to love you for supporting the channel in that distance or far away from the channel or wherever you are. Thank you for supporting us here. Phantom Mobility Topic said Palmer has learned from Sterling. Steven just said that. I said no, he hasn't learned from Sterling, but he learns a little bit because they're all coming from the same school, which is Manchester City, from the same teacher, the same principal, or the same tutor, whatever how you want to frame it. The greatest ball magician ever is not Jorginho or Palmer, but instead the legend of Ronaldinho. Oh, come on, Phantom. We're talking about different subjects. We're talking just about penalty. Ronaldinho, I'll say Ronaldinho wasn't even that great in penalty. He got lots of them in, but his penalty sometimes they're predictable. Sometimes, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how people are trying to bring down Palmer by saying all his goals are from the penalty shootout. But once we create and we have that penalties, remember all those that creative work are coming from Palmer. He's part of it. The build up, he's involved in those penalty that Chelsea gets. So before someone gets the ball, the build-up is always coming from Palmer as the creative player in the midfield. So when penalty comes, he's the one who has to take it. It's not his problem. It's not his problem that he has to take penalties. It's the chance comes for him and he has to take them. So that is just by the way. So the next one, Stephen, we'll be moving on to John Obi Mikel. Let me get that here. John Obi Mikel is desperate to play for Victor Osimhen to join Chelsea, trying to persuade Victor, and he's even willing to be his manager to break that deal for him to join Chelsea. What do you take from this, Stephen? What do you take from this Obi Mikel, getting involved in this situation, Stephen?
One thing I will say is I've listened to every episode that he's done so far. Brilliant podcast. Like, anyone who is interested in podcasts, honestly, should listen to it. He's had Terry on, he's had Lampard on, and now he's had Osimhen on for his 3rd episode. And like you said, he spoke about Chelsea, and I love how he speaks about Chelsea as if it's still his club. We are looking for a striker. We need a striker. We. That's how he speaks about Chelsea. And I absolutely love that.
Just like me sitting here doing we.
There's an element of Chelsea still like with you as a player. Like, it leaves an impact on your career. And obviously part of that's because of how much that he won here for sure. But also you think some of the players he played with, the environment that they all created, of course that's going to happen. And he said like he would be he joked about being the agent to broker the deal to get him to Chelsea and all that. Now I really find that quite funny because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did get involved. We've seen that to get Lavia to Chelsea, we had
Yeah.
a certain Belgian winger that played for the club get involved. Whether that was instructed by the club for him to get involved or he did that off his own back. So maybe it could be another situation like that. Another player from the same nation who's a former Chelsea player
Yeah.
helping us to recruit a potential future Chelsea player from their same country. Obviously, we do, as Mikel said in his podcast with Osimhen,
Mm-hmm.
that we need that striker that can finish the chances. And I think we can all agree he's the guy that can do it. Him or Ivan Toney are the ones that can do it. Obviously, he's going to cost more money, but it is what it is. It's what you got to do to get the elite players these days.
And I'm very, very happy with John Obi Mikel's involvement. Although he's far away from the football club, but his involvement is still there. And I'm very, very happy for what he's doing. Obi Mikel, I haven't got a chance to listen. Time is all about time. I haven't got much time to listen, but I've been seeing clips of Osimhen. I saw the clip of Osimhen. It's like how they were sitting down in the room, and then Osimhen was on another screen, but the camera
Yeah,
brings
that's how he's
Osimhen
done
in.
all of them. So him
Yeah.
and his mate are in the room, and then they've got the other person connected by like a feed, basically.
Yeah, and I'm very, very happy to see that, and I'm looking forward to do the same kind of thing in the future. It's all about time. So, Obi Mikel has established himself at the podcast, but he's bringing in a lot of people, and I've seen him. I also watched his interview on Talksports when he broke all those secret things behind Abramovich during those days, and some things that did not go right. To be honest with me, Steven, the way Abramovich set up Chelsea was a downfall of Chelsea. Playing power, playing player power. Let me land here in a second so you can come in, Steven. Abramovich set up Chelsea very, very well, but the player power that he invested in the players was way too much. The players even got to know a point. It got to a point that they got to know that when they see a helicopter flying on top of Cobham, then a manager is about to be sacked, because usually Abramovich doesn't come there all the time. Whenever he visit, then someone is going to be fired, or maybe there's a specific program going on at Cobham that he has to participate in it. The players got to know that, and anytime a manager has to be fired, then there's a certain player called John Terry have to come together with maybe Didier Drogba or Frank Lampard. Let's team up. Let's work this guy out of there. And Benitez fall a victim for sideline John Terry, not giving him much game to play. He didn't tell him what he did wrong, and it was very bizarre. John Terry, I mean, what's his name again? This Liverpool manager, Stephen, I just said his name. Benitez did not do himself a favor. Also, the fans never liked him the first time when Benitez was coming to Chelsea. More or less, the players
never
don't
liked
like
him
him
because
either.
some of his comments when he was Liverpool manager.
Liverpool.
If I'm not mistaken, he also wore a red tie on his first Chelsea game as well.
What the hell? My
Yeah.
first time hearing this. Why would you wear a red tie when you're now a blue? No wonder he wasn't successful at Chelsea. I know he won some FA Cup or whatever he won, but
He
he
won,
lost.
what's it called? He won the Europa League.
Yeah, and miss out on the Super Cup. I'm very sure that's what he did.
And the Club World Cup as well.
In the Club World Cup. So yeah, Benitez, we should have won that Club World Cup a long time, but we lost it on Benitez. Thank you guys. Thank each and every one of you that is joining us today on the show. We got 9 of us watching live. Guys, the poll, I have a poll also right there, and I said, is Cole Palmer potential England debut a sign that he is made the right move to Chelsea? If you have any, if you have an answer to it, get involved in the poll over there, and also send your comments in and let me know where you're watching the stream from. We got 10 of us watching live on YouTube. Please, guys, do not forget, my name is Nate Zion, and the show name is Football Menace, but the channel name is Blue Clouds Media. It's your first time joining us here on this platform. Please do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and always keep your bell notification icon at all time so you don't miss a piece when we upload any video. You love this channel if you keep coming all the time. That's all we gotta say. Thank you very much, anyone that is joining us here. Steven, we move on. We're still on John Mikel Obi situation. Mikel Obi, agent Mikel, being a countryman for Victor Osimhen. My goodness, I think that deal can work, because I'm sure they have a very, very close contact, because I'm sure I don't know if he did play with him before. I'm not so sure.
They played a couple of times, I think, as Mikel was sort of ending his sort of career and international career. Osimhen was coming through.
Yeah.
So they played a couple of times, but Mikel touched on it on the podcast. He said when he was coming through, not when he was coming through, when he played for the national team, he played as a 10. And he said if he was like playing with him more, he would have had a lot more assists for the national team as well.
Oh yeah, because we all know Obi-Wan, how good he is. It got to a point, and we used to call him back, call me back. You know why we call me back? He was never progressing with the ball. Obi Mikel. He was, I don't know if it was instruction from Benitez or from someone else. He was never progressing with the ball. He was always taking the ball back to the goalkeeper to start the game again. Whenever he's under pressure, he sent the ball back, and people were like, you have the chance, progress, send the ball forward, move the ball. Why are you taking it back? You get what I'm saying? So it got to a point I got frustrated with John Obi Mikel at a point in time. But Victor Osimhen, Nicholas Jackson will be moving away to the African Cup of Nations, which I also have it in my documents there. We'll be looking at that once we get the players that are away on international duty. But Steven, a striking problem. We still have striking problem. Nicholas Jackson. If you bring in Osimhen, people are asking how are we gonna play Osimhen? Where is Nicholas Jackson gonna fit? Where is Nkunku gonna fit? What's your thoughts on it? What do you have to say? Where do we put all these players?
It's not so much of where is Jackson go play. It's more of a where's Nkunku go play. And I think Ryan said it to us in our chat earlier. And the simple answer is because we play sort of a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 hybrid. Yeah. Nkunku can play pretty much any. Say we go on it based on what it looks like on paper as a 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
The beauty of someone like Nkunku, he can line up and be effective in pretty much any of those front four positions. So there'll always be a way to try and fit him in. As it stands, I'd say you can't really drop any of them. The only one that, he's scoring goals at the moment, but only one really you can make a case for dropping, in my opinion, would be Jackson, even though he's scoring the goals. Because I think Sterling's absolutely on fire. And if he plays like he did the other day, where I think the pundits referred to it as playing like a man possessed, if he does that, you can't drop him, because he was incredible the other night against Man City. Palmer, I've already touched on it. The value that he brings to the team and his creation, and obviously we know how good he is at the penalties as well. And then obviously Gallagher this season is out to prove everybody wrong and earn that contract that he deserves. I keep touching on it because I like to make it clear where I stood on this. I was 50-50. I didn't care if he stayed. I didn't care if he went in the summer. So he's not exactly proving me wrong, because I didn't truly want him sold, in the sense of I wasn't, I want him out, like I have been with Sterling and a couple others. I was on the fence. I'm like, okay, I'm not really fussed, because we've got Nkunku in who can play advanced. We got Lavia and Caicedo and Enzo who can play deeper. We got Chukwemeka who can play in the 10 as the backup to Nkunku as well. Okay, he's younger, but it's a possibility. So I thought we had enough options that we could technically afford to lose Gallagher.
Okay.
But look, like I said, I wasn't really fussed if he went or stayed, and he looks better this season and he's improving, and I don't think anyone can argue that point. Like, genuinely, I don't think there's a leg for anybody to stand on in terms of if they're arguing that he hasn't improved this season compared to what we have seen from him. And let's get him locked up to a new contract because he 100% deserves it. The
Yeah.
performance he's putting in this season. And the other thing I want to touch on is some players, when they're not used to being a captain, when they debutize for the captain, or in our case, for the vice captain as well, because Chilwell was out as well, don't forget. I think some players struggle under the weight of the responsibility. But Gallagher, I feel like he really stepped up. He took that on and he embraced it. And his performances didn't drop one bit. So I feel like that deserves praise as well, because some players buckle under the pressure of being captain and having extra responsibility. And I don't think he did that I think he was captain for a good 5 or so games, maybe more.
I think it was 4 games.
No, I think it was more than that. Reece has been out for a majority. Reece was out since, I think, the first game of the season, and then Chilwell about 4th game, I think.
I think he started from the cup games. But let's big up to my king, big up to you, Phantom of Many Topic too. Go ahead, Steven. So I can take some few comments.
I was done on that. You can take over.
Okay.
I'm just literally checking when he was captain from. So I'm done for now. I'm just clarifying
I think it's about 4 or 5 games as much as he can. He hasn't done more than 5 games, but we'll see from there. Palmer, true value is in assist. Okay, thank you very much, a Phantom of Many Topic. Victor Osimhen is not Premier League proven. Syria is makes Lukaku and Tammy Abraham good, but if we are going to buy a striker in the window, I want Ivan Toney. But Phantom, I understand he's not Premier League proven. It's time for us to get Premier League proven. But if you have a long-term project, compared to a 28 years old and then a 22 years old, compared to these two players, Victor Osimhen has a long time to be able to adapt to the Premier League and understand Mauricio Pochettino's style of play and start performing. You get what I'm saying? Compared to Ivan Toney, who is 28 years old, he doesn't have that. Maybe 4 years with Chelsea he can have, because 28, 29, 30 years old, as much it could be maybe 31. That's 3 years we can get from Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is not Cristiano Ronaldo. Ivan Toney is not a Harry Kane. Ivan Toney is not Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's Ivan Toney. Who knows how good he can be when he's at the age 30. So that's why you go in for younger players that has the time to adapt, time to learn under a new manager who are also prolific, who can go ahead to be a very big asset for the football club Chelsea. So I think that Chelsea will be on the right path, but I don't see Osimhen move going on this January. I feel like Chelsea will hang on, use Nkunku comes back, use Armando Broja, and maybe in the summer transfer window, they'll put all their eggs in one basket and go in for Victor Osimhen. Presumably, that's what it's supposed to be. Ironically, Lampard got ousted. Is it ousted as manager due to player power? It was one of them. We've talked about these player power issues. Mauricio Sarri is why players keep passing backwards. No, Mauricio Sarri wasn't there when Obi was there. Mauricio Sarri wasn't there, but maybe it could be one of the reasons why Jorginho was doing all those back passes and 5-yard passes.
But he was the one that people referred to as Jorginho was the one that people refer to as Sarri's son, because he was at Sarri in Italy as well, and Napoli, then he came here with him as well.
All right, so Phantom said, why not making Nkunku the premier striker, or Nkunku takes Modric spot?
Modric hasn't started the last couple of games, so he can't take a spot of Mudryk if he hasn't started. It's been
Lavia is
Palmer, Gallagher,
improving. Lavia
Jackson,
is
and
proving. Lavia is
yeah.
proving, Phantom. I don't know what you're thinking. Lavia is proving in the Premier League. He played with Southampton last season in the Champions League before they got relegated, Phantom. I would rather lose Enzo than Gallagher. Enzo Fernandez. Oh, come on,
You have
Phantom.
got to be joking.
Big up, everyone. Big up to you, McCain. Big up to you. Phantom said we would never, whatever, something as in the
We will never. I
inch.
think he means we'll never get the pre-injury Chilwell back.
Oh, yeah.
We
Probably
don't know
that's what
that.
it means.
We don't know that as a fact. If he's managed and brought back slowly,
Yeah.
and not rush back, it means he's got time to get back up to the levels that he's set the standard for.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for the update. Gallagher was a captain for 5 games, which he started. I think he came off a bench a couple times and gave the handband. So yeah, handband. Thank you very much. 5 times, like I was suggesting, 4 to 5. I was suggesting. So
Yeah,
thank
it
you
was
very much,
5 in
Stephen,
which he
for the
started, but I
update.
think he came off the bench and got given an armband in a couple of those as well.
Okay, so thank you very much for the update on that, guys. We'll be looking at the next topic. Will be the international. Is back again, and we'll be looking at the players that have been are on international duty, and we're gonna talk players in the senior team first. Which senior squad? Enzo Fernandez is out with Argentina. Caicedo out also with Ecuador. Jackson also out with Senegal. Gallagher with England, Palmer with England, Disasi with the French national team, Petrovic with Serbia, Modric with Ukraine. Steven said Modric with Modric.
Oh, my
Steven
brain
G.
wasn't working.
Wake up, Steven G. Slonina
Yeah.
with United States of America. Then
I
we're gonna
knew
look
what
at
I
the
meant,
under
right?
20. The under 20 squad. We all know Modric is with Ukraine. Modric is Ukraine.
No, under 23.
Yeah.
Santos with Brazil under 23.
Under
Then
23.
the
Yeah, go
under
ahead, Steven.
21s, we've got Noni Madueke with England under 21, Lucas Bergstrom with Finland under 21, Leslie Ugachukwu with France under 21, and Ian Martinson with the Netherlands under 21 after being called up to the senior squad for the last international break. He's back with the Netherlands under 21.
Yeah.
They're only the players that are at Chelsea this season. So I've not included the ones that have been called up that are out on loan, like Lukaku. Humphreys got called up for one of the England youth teams, and a couple others have as well. But I thought I'll stick it strictly to the ones that are in our squad for this season, just to make life a lot easier.
Okay. Speaking of Madueke, do you think that it's time for Chelsea to let Madueke go on loan? Or still, do you think you have any confidence in this guy? Keep him there because he's not going to get game time. The way Palmer is playing, the way who do you have on the right hand side? Who else do you have on the right hand side? Palmer is playing that role on the right hand side, Sterling on the left hand side, and in the middle is Jackson. The way Palmer is playing, what's the chance that we're going to see Madueke?
The other thing is Sterling can play on both sides, and Nkunku can play both sides down the middle and as a 10.
So is it time for Madueke to see a loan option?
Maybe. I think that's probably the best route to go. At the end of the day, he's out of favour at the moment. Whether that still stems from the incident that happened or not, or whether he's just not showing it in training, because like I've touched on before, Poch's whole thing is you're paid to train, you're not paid to play. So for him to, I don't even think he was in the squad the other day. So to not even be in the squad, he can't be impressing him in training to not even be in the squad. So surely the next step is to send him out on loan, especially when we've got Carney Chukwuemeka coming back and Kunku coming back as well. Like, there's going to be very, very limited game time. And he's not getting the game time as it is. So we have to loan him or we have to sell him. That's just the way it is, unfortunately, for him. But like I said, if you're not impressing, you're not going to play on the Poch if you're not impressing in training. So either step up in training to show what you can do there so you can get your minutes to prove it in game time, or we have to loan you out.
speaking of we're just touching bases on Madueke situations right now. We hasn't been playing, and we're not. I don't know how. I don't know how Chelsea can get the best out of him. So I was thinking. Sorry, not thinking. I'm not turning to Jose Mourinho right now. I'm thinking maybe the best thing for him would be a loan move. Madueke, good player, but sometimes you gotta listen. You had a chance. He has a couple runs, but then why go to club without good permission? But
But who do
it's
we
not
loan him to? That's the issue.
a Premier League. Premier League. Send him to maybe Brighton or send him to one of the teams that maybe I'm
I
sure
don't think he gets
Newton
in that
Town will
Brighton
take him.
team at the moment.
Newton Town will use this guy every game he'll be playing. Newton Town will use this guy. They need help. Burnley will need help. Burnley also need help. I know Burnley will not be the good club for him, but I think it would be better to go to Luton Town because Luton Town has a higher possibility of staying in the league than Burnley.
I actually disagree. I think Luton have a significantly lower chance of staying in the league than Burnley.
What makes you think so?
Burnley, I think Burnley have better foundations for sure, and I feel like they've got the better quality players in their team. I feel like they're able to invest more. If they're struggling in January, they've got the ability to invest to improve their squad even more and to get that quality they need to stay in the league. And they've obviously got a history of being in the Prem and finding ways to stay in the Prem. Okay, it's not the same manager, it's not the same players, but foundations and history are there. Like not long ago, they just
Yeah.
kept staying up. Okay, they had Sean Dyche, they had a few different players, but it's not that difficult. If their owners are willing to make the investment into the right players, then 100% they step. I think they need to get another striker as well because we don't know how long Lyle Foster's going to be out. Hopefully everything's well with him because he's taking a break due to his mental health. We don't know how long he's going to be out. So they might need to get a striker, whether that be loan or permanent as well, because we don't know how long he's out. And then obviously that would help as well, having another striker option. But yeah, I think Burnley will stay up. Luton, I think, could go down. But I like Luton, though, because it feels like they're not afraid to come at teams at times in terms of attacking them. They looked decent against Liverpool. Even Ryan said that. And honestly, I can't recall very well, but I don't think they tend to sit back that much, which from a neutral perspective, seeing a newly promoted team, first time they've been in a Prem for I don't even know how long, and they're not willing to just sit back for 90 minutes. They'll come and they'll have their chances against you.
Yeah.
It's good. I enjoy it. I think it's brilliant that they're not afraid because I think they've probably looked at it and gone, we haven't got the most money to invest necessarily, and that what have we got to lose? People expect us to go down. We may as well go out in style. Do you know what I mean? Go give it everything we got. That's the way I think they're looking at it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Stephen G. Big up to you, DJ Sav, repping UK live on this channel. Thank you very much, DJ Sav. Says a big up, me, Stephen, and the chat. DJ Sav against people. Remember to smash, absolutely, guys. Do not forget smash the like and subscribe to Blue Clouds Media channel. You're watching live here, the Football Minutes. It's my name is Nate Zion, and alongside Stephen G, repping the UK on this platform. So I love the people. I got I think a couple of minutes ago we have 10 people watching live. Guys, let's see today we can also get an even number. I hate odd numbers, so let's see if we can get an even number. Let's see if we can get even. We had an odd number yesterday, which was 17. I hope it'll be nice if we can get an even number to 18. But who knows? I'm gonna have our people. You guys are rocking the channel in the past 3 days. You've been wonderful. 10 people all the time, man. That's good. That's good. Big up to Gulam Mustafa also. Thank you very much, Gulam Mustafa. Guys, when you come on, do not forget, drop the like. It's very important for the channel. Phantom DJ says people remember to smash it. Yes, smash that for me. Phantom smash that like button for me and Steven over here on the platform, and to yourself too, because you guys enjoy it. DJ Sav, today I'm gonna get you on because after today we'll be going on a break from we won't be back. We'll be back on Friday, and then we'll go for another break again. I'll let you guys know if when we'll be back next week. You know, we human. We gotta take some break, guys. We gotta take some break. All right. So, Phantom of many topics. What are you talking about? Let it Enzo go instead of Gallagher. Where has this conversation come into fruition? Is it fruition? Is it
Fruition.
fruition? Yeah, fruition. I got it. DJ Sav again came up with another comment. He says Fulham made will be a good move for Noni, but I hope he stays. Remember, guys, we will still have the FA Cup to play, and with our lack of injuries, we need our players to stay. The reason why I was saying that a loan move will be good for him is because he's not getting game time and he's very young. I think he's 21 years old. He plays for the under
Don't
20.
know.
He's very young, but if he's willing to stay and learn and fight for a position, that's cool. That's fine. But I don't see the only creative player we have now, and with his form, Cole Palmer, who's been called up for the Three Lions, English national team. It'll be very difficult for him to be on the bench for Maduiki to play. But even we still, if we don't have Cole Palmer and we're playing we're playing those cup games, we need that creativity. We don't have another creative player there on the bench that can fill in that position for Cole Palmer when it's not there. I don't think, Steven, you can prove me wrong or you can help me out here. Do we have any other player on the bench that can create and do at least half of what Palmer is doing now?
Um, I don't know because we've not really seen many of them get a chance this season, so it feels very harsh to make that judgment. We've seen Mudryk be good at times, but he don't play on the same side as Noni anyway, so he wouldn't be a threat to him. It's mainly Palmer and Sterling really because them two. I mean,
What about
Sterling can
Lavia?
play on the huh.
Does he play that role? Lavia, does he play that advanced role?
Navi is
Because
a
he said
deep midfielder, technically speaking. He's like a 6'8" hybrid type thing.
so. Does it mean that if Enzo should back up, Enzo should learn better, he can go up and then Lavia, he can be that creative guy. I don't see him to be that creative guy there, distributing, holding on to the ball, giving those passes. Can he do that and keep Lavia with Caicedo in that deep role?
Maybe, but the issue is they've not really had time together, so you don't really know if it's gonna work. We've tried Enzo in a more advanced role. Okay, it hasn't worked this season, but who knows? Maybe with time, say Gallagher gets sold, right? Again, I want him to stay. As it stands, I want him to stay. Yeah. I'm speaking
Yeah.
hypothetically. I
Mhm.
want to clarify this before anyone gets on my back about Gallagher. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Before you call, you
say
send
we
this guy.
just
Hold
quickly.
on, Steven. Before you come in, real quick, guys, I'm gonna send a link in there. After today, we'll be off for a period of time. Probably be back on Friday. So, guys, let's make today's stream a wonderful stream. Guys, join Makin. I've had you on the show before. We've had watch along. So, you have opinion. Did yourself too. He tried yesterday, and I don't know what happened. I think network was not working well with him. So, yeah, we have our thoughts on Osimhen earlier on. So, but we're still gonna touch bases on it again. We will as DJ Service asking us on our thoughts on Victor Osimhen. We'll bring it back again since you guys are joining a little bit later. But Stephen, go ahead, and then we'll get back
Mhm.
to Victor Osimhen. Guys, the link is right there, and everyone that comes in, please do not forget. Makim, please drop your like on the video. I know you haven't. I could tell by looking at my screen. I could tell, Makim, you haven't. All right, Stephen, go ahead.
Um,
You were talking about
I
Gallagher.
don't know. Oh, yeah, I'd give him a new contract, but I don't know. Maybe we do try to develop Enzo in that more advanced role in case somebody does come in with an offer that we can't refuse for Gallagher. Then you can try that experiment again with having Caicedo, Lavia deeper. Obviously, Lavia hasn't played for us yet, and then having Enzo more advanced with an Nkunku, with a Palmer, with a Sterling, with Jackson, whatever combination.
Okay.
So maybe, but who knows?
Makim is here again, but it's always saying device not connected. Makim is it shows down your device not connected. All right, he's in. We got him. We got him
Connected?
in the. Yeah. Big up to you, Makim.
Yes, me. Big up to you. Big up,
Long
Steven.
time, bro. Where have you been?
Working, man.
I know. I mean, hey, you know what? That's how we pay the bills, man. The bills don't pay itself.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your thoughts, bro, on any other topics that we've had on the floor today? We've talked about the Obi Mikel situation, trying to be the agent for our brother Victor Osimhen, and we've talked about the Cole Palmer. Chelsea will have to pay 2.5 million to Man City if Cole Palmer played for the Three Lions this week, and also we've touched on players that I've had a call up to the international to their various national teams, and also we are here talking about Madueke. I know you have interest in Madueke. What do we do and what do we do in Madueke, or which of these topics do you want to touch on?
You see, let's start with Madueke first.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
You see, the Madueke disrespect is crazy. We need to stop this.
Okay.
There was a time last season where that boy performed and his positioning was very good. He even performed well for England in the under 21, I think. So we need to. If he's not given the chance to prove himself, we can't judge the player based on that. This is why you get players like Ilanga the other day when he scored. He went crazy because these players are not given the opportunity to blossom and to be the players they need to be. We need a Madueke, the way he plays. It's a good competition, potentially, because Palmer is completely different. He can when Palmer, in fact, Palmer is so good. When he drops to an 8, he's very dangerous. He's very dangerous. Madueke can't do that. But as a right winger, left-footed, cutting in, being able to disturb the defense, Madueke is the man for it. And one more thing, Stephen. Oh, you are so wrong.
What?
You're a bad teacher, my friend.
I'm what?
Sterling,
Proven right. Proven right.
Sterling, huh?
What about
No
him?
way. Sterling has done enough, yeah, to be on that team, and the way he performed, yeah, we are not surprised by it. We
Oh, this is
this
the
is something
previous comments that Steven has made, right?
about Sterling, you know.
About
This
Sterling.
is
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. The man deserves to stay. He gets paid 350,000. He deserves to stay. He deserves to perform. We need to see. We need to give him the right backing, similar to Enzo Fernandez and those guys. Okay, moving on from that.
Okay.
You guys mentioned Osimhen.
Yes, sir. How do
Yeah,
we bring in
Osimhen.
how do we bring in Ultimate? How do we bring in Ultimate when we have Jackson and when we have Nkuku? Steven said the problem is how do we play Nkuku and Jackson? Right, Steven? You said there's no
No,
problem
no,
for
no, no, no.
Ultimate, right?
I said if the players were to keep up how they're playing now,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an issue for when Nkunku comes back in the sense of okay, he can play 4 positions, right? The
Yeah.
only one right now out of the front four that even though he's on form, you can technically drop is Jackson, genuinely. And I think even that's harsh. I would have dropped him for the City game, but then he was in the right place at the right time. He still needs to improve things, as my notes touched on yesterday that you read out. But I think as it stands, he's the only option that can technically be dropped out of that front four. I don't think you can drop Palmer. I don't think you can drop Sterling if he keeps up what he did the other day and against Tottenham and that. I don't think you can drop Gallagher either. I think it's going to be difficult, but this is what we want. We don't want anyone to be able to just walk into this side. We want it to be competition for places because then they all improve each other. This is exactly what we need.
Okay.
And we know how good Nkunku can be. Can it translate to the Premier League? I think it can. I don't think he's going to be another Kai Havertz or Timo Werner. I pray I do not live to regret those comments.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. But Osimhen, I think, is what it looks like we're going to try and do. I think that's the deal we're looking at right now. And I think we're going to put a lot of focus on doing that. I think the issue is, will he come if we can't get Champions League football? I don't know. I don't think he will. Because you're a top player. You just finished, 8th, 9th in the Ballon d'Or? You're going to want to play in the elite competition. And if we don't have that, I think that's the only mark against us in the battle for Osimhen.
All right. Makim, you can take over now. You're about to
I
say
think
something.
personally,
Your ultimate. Yeah.
I think Nkunku, yeah, I hate to say it. I've said this before. Do you remember me?
Yeah, I do.
This is going to be very, very hard for him. He's going to have to work harder than even Cucurella. I don't think people understand this. The weight that's the pressures that are on this man's shoulders is going to be too much. For us to drop Jackson, who's actually scoring goals, yeah, it sounds complete opposite of what we need to achieve. This is the thing with us, Chelsea. When it's time for us to strike straight ahead, we tend to think, oh, let's just wait for it to come through, and then we're gonna pickpocket and then try get a win out of it. Sometimes we need the constant attack. We need to keep Jackson on there. We can even play him second striker to Ivan Toney or Victor Osimhen. It would work well together. In fact, Broja, let's give this boy a chance too. The same way I feel about Madueke is the same way I feel about Broja. Let's give him a chance. Maybe he might be able to score goals. Because we got players, we got these numbers. We need to rotate as well because we can't see any of these players' potential.
If you watch Broja came in, he has 3 touches, and then he created a penalty. So there's a player in there. But I'm just hoping that Chelsea can go through the January to the summer, and then we can figure out where we really stand. If Chelsea can do the rest of the season with Armando Broja, with Jackson returning from AFCON for just 1 month. I think it's going to be 1 month or something like that. After he returned, then we can see, okay, we have a proven prolific striker now. Jackson is understanding the game. He's understanding the philosophy and understanding his new players because they're all new setup. And it's going to be difficult. Jackson is also not the elite right now.
Very true.
He's learning, and because he didn't. I think he played for the Senegalese national team 3 times, and he was even on the bench. It was. I even said this. I'll keep this one for the. The quiz later for Steven. Maybe Steven might not know that. I'll keep that. I was gonna say it, but if I let that come in, it means that Steven will get the answer. I can't ask him that question anymore. Okay, so
get it anyway.
Huh?
I'd probably get it anyway.
Okay, let's see. Hopefully you don't. Yeah. So, like I said, let's go through and see what we can have until the summer. If Jackson is not being consistent, then we can bring in a Victor. But for now, I prefer to give all these players chance again. I hope Armando Broja doesn't return from Armenia with an injury again. He's gone to international break. The same thing happened to him last time.
Again?
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he did.
The boy's good. He's a beast. He's very physical.
No, he didn't. He's at Cobham.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He's on my list of players still at Cobham.
And the senior team because you have Enzo.
No. So after the one about Martin under 21 in caps, I've got players staying at Cobham.
Okay.
So Bettinelli, Sanchez, Gusto, Reese, Badiashile, Colwell, Cucurella, Silva, Lavia, and Kunku, Sterling, Washington, and Breyer.
Okay.
So he's staying at Cobham. So he's not on international duty this time.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't because we want this guy to be fit. At least had 5 games consistently, and let's see what he's capable of doing. That's what I want to see. I want to see from Jim Makim. Over to you. What else you want to touch our bases on?
Maybe the only way I personally can see Nkunku get into this team is him playing the 8. But yet again, Cole Palmer can do that too. So one of them drops in as an 8, then maybe Nkunku might have a chance. But it's going to be difficult though, because you got Enzo there, who I don't really approve of like that. That big based on his recent performances, he's not the player that he came in as, So if we could have someone like that over there as an 8, like an Nkunku, because the passes that Cole Palmer does, Nkunku can do that too. The through balls and the passes in between the players. Nkunku can do that, but Cole Palmer does it so well with us, and we've seen him do with us. I don't know how
his hold up play is so good. His hold up play is so good. The way he does it, he holds the ball. It's difficult to take it away from him in the 18. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, very clever player, very brilliant player. I'll go to the comment section for a second. DJ Sav, DJ, come on, I'm waiting for you. Phantom Minute topic. What's your dislike of Enzo Fernandez? DJ said to Phantom. DJ, he has been lackluster for weeks now. Enzo is not worth the 100 million trust. It will take time, bro. It's just I think the second season. It will take time. He's playing with new players, almost new 8 or 7 players he's playing with.
Knackered.
But yeah, he found himself. Also, I agree a little bit on Phantom. He found himself in a very good position that you expect Enzo to get goals. He doesn't shoot that much, but Caicedo is doing the shooting now. And I'm very happy that Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo and Gallagher are shooting, and that's what we want. Shoot, let the goalkeeper make mistake, and Jackson rebounds or Sterling rebounds. Sterling is very fast. Always found himself in those spaces. He'll get goals. DJ Sab said Broja need to stay fit. I believe in the kid. I believe in the kid too. All Chelsea fans laugh at me when I said this kid will be a special talent for us. He stays fit only if he's still fit. Thank you very much. DJ Sav, come on your channel. I'm waiting for you, DJ. Phantom again said, win now, bring in Ivan Toney. Okay. DJ said that Ivan Toney is strongly linked with going to Arsenal in January.
That's sort of being played down now, though, because of the Thomas Partey injury and stuff. If it's an actual injury, not related to certain stuff outside of football. So all the stuff now is they're actually looking for midfielders over strikers. So it looks like if we want him, we kind of have a clear run.
Okay. Broja has some short-term success at Southampton, but he is not even not even Tammy Abraham. Okay. All right. Phantom said we have no idea if Nkunku will return from injury. Still awesome.
But you can say that about every player that ever gets injured. You can say it about Salah if he gets injured, about Haaland if he gets injured. Like, it doesn't make sense to go, we don't know if they're going to, because then you just say it about every player that's injured. That's the one thing that, like, I'll say we have to see, because obviously it depends on certain ones. I will anyway, because obviously the more severe ones, obviously to an extent. But otherwise, if every time someone's injured, we're just saying we don't know if they're going to return to the same level, which just don't make sense. That's
all right. Steven G.
I mean,
go ahead.
So But that's wrong, Stephen. Because if you say that, yeah, that means that Cole Palmer's works and contribution that he's put towards this whole time, yeah, can go back to nothing if Nkunku just comes in and basically does a good job. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it, and
No,
he
because he's
hasn't
saying about we don't know if
like, it'll be
he'll return to the same level. So it's not even factoring about if he'll get into the team. He's just saying about him returning to the same level. So he's sort of isolating it specifically to him and how he'll return. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
if he'll be back to the same level.
Yeah, because the comment
Yeah,
was we
yeah.
have no idea if he'll
Nah.
return from injury still awesome. So that's why I'm saying you could technically say that about any player. Colwell's got a shoulder injury. We don't know if he'll be a great centre back. Do you know what I mean? I feel
Mm.
like it doesn't really make sense to say that because then we just get to a point where we're saying it about every player, even if it's like a minor injury. Like Gusto's got a minor injury
Yeah,
at the
no,
moment.
no, yeah. No, not every player. Not every player.
Mm. Like
Gusto's a
if
good
you've
one
got
as well.
repeated hamstring injuries,
Very
okay.
offensive.
Hmm?
Yeah. The same injuries. Like
Mhm.
Chilwell.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so that's where we are at this moment. We've touched base. Steven, what's the minutes right now? I can't see this on my screen. I can't see the minutes.
1 hour 11 minutes.
Oh yeah, we've done 70 minutes so far. What a wonderful stream it's been. DJ Sav has been dodgy to me today. Yeah, DJ Sav. Stephen G said one of the audios on the mic. Is it mic up?
The mic'd up tonight. So
Mic up.
you know when they get
Mhm.
what's his name? My brain's gone. Howard Webb in the studio and they
Yeah.
played audio from incidents. That's what they call it. They call it mic'd up. And the one of
Okay.
the ones they're doing tonight is the Romero red card and resulting penalty in the Chelsea game. I'd love to know if they can play the one for about the other four issues, like the Adogi first one, but they're
Yeah.
just gonna ignore that apparently by the looks of it.
Ooh.
How are you got like how they
Ooh.
gonna ignore that when he's clearly out of control? Like, come on, man. They can't. Surely they've not picked 5 clips and just ignored that. I didn't think they were gonna pick one, and we've got the most VAR reviews. I don't think that's in doubt. That's off the top of my head, but we had about 6 in the Tottenham game alone since the last international break where they did a mic'd up. So how we only got one from a Chelsea game? It makes zero sense.
I have a question for you guys. See, you guys live in the UK. I haven't been to a live game in the UK before. How do the fans feel when there is a VAR intervention? When there's a case, there's a situation where VAR has to intervene, and
Uh,
it's taking about 5 minutes. Fans are sitting there watching, doesn't know anything, and we in the house. We, without sitting in the house watching on TV, we could tell what is going on in the stadium by what they're showing to us on the VR and everything. How do the fans feel? Because they're supposed, don't you think they're supposed to connect the screen to the big screen, the giant screen out there, so you guys can know what these referees are looking for?
they won't do that though because the risk of the crowd influencing it as they're reviewing it. But my issue isn't so much that. There's so many things they can do to improve the process. Yeah. Even like I'm sure I can quickly rattle through whatever, but even if they just were consistent, because sometimes they show it after like they do their whole VAR complete.
Mhm.
Sometimes they show the incident on the screens, sometimes they don't. That's what annoys me. Some grounds don't have big screens like Old Trafford and Anfield, they don't have big screens, so they can't see it anyway. But if you're gonna show it at the stadiums where they've got the screen to show it every time. The other day
I-
when they did the VAR checks, I didn't
mhm.
see it come up on the screen once. And they did what, 3, 4 VAR checks?
Three,
Or
four VR
simple
check. One
solution,
from the foul
yeah,
from the on the header, the Haaland one, the one with the
Haaland and
handball.
Kukurea, the
Yeah,
handball.
three. And
the
here in America, American football, all the decision that goes under review is on the screen, and we can see it. We can
Bro, they
see
do it in cricket, they do it in rugby. Literally, like football is in soccer for the Americans. Is like the only sport I can think of where that stuff doesn't happen. It's so annoying because
Oh,
you can't hear any audio in the stadium of the communication, so you understand what they're looking for and what they're seeing. You can't
yeah.
see anything on the screen because they're probably too afraid and probably bricking it that the crowd will influence the decision of the officials if they're looking at the screen.
Okay.
So you're literally left in silence,
Yeah, it looks
confused, having no
boring. It's
idea
not
what's
supposed to
going
look
on.
boring.
And then they tell you simply just, oh, decision this, and then you don't always
Right.
see it. So you can't even say, oh, okay, that's fair. Oh, that's like harsh, whatever. Like you can't have an opinion on it because you got to wait until you leave the stadium, see highlights, whether it be on your phone or when you get home,
Right.
to even go, oh, okay, now I know what they were looking at. Now I understand the decision, or now I can complain about it. Of all people, the people in the stadium are the last ones that should have zero understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, we at home see this. It'll be very boring. I know live games shouldn't be that boring, but in the situation of 5 minutes, 6 minutes for a check or a review on a certain incident on the pitch, it makes it more boring. It makes it more boring, in my opinion. Phantom of Minute Topic said, in Kunku, I'm gonna get my Kim's opinion on that regards. I'm not sure how many times he's been to the stadium to watch live games, but Nkunku injury is not minor. He has been out for months. Phantom of Minute Topic just dropped that topic in there. I mean the comments in there. DJ Sab said, "Nee, can you DM me the link, please, bro? I have tried pressing on the link." Not working. Okay, I'll DM you the link right now. Thank you very much, DJ Sab. I will give it to you. I just want to know I want to hear your opinion on some of the topics before we drop out because we're almost done. We've done 75 minutes of streaming. Makim, what's your take? What's your thoughts and what's your take on that situation? When you go to live game, you're watching, and the game has to go on a review, and you guys don't see anything on the screen. You don't know what the referees are checking for, whether you see what they're seeing, or whether they see something different that you guys did not see. How do you feel, or how do the fans feel over this, Makim?
You know, mostly when I go to the games, yeah, like I go with my son,
Yeah.
but we don't go to like the big games. So it's a thing where most of the times when I go to the games, it's not for myself entirely. It's more like a vibe. You'll be drinking there, eating, enjoying, and so you would expect these things. It's not like you're watching it at home where you get it
Okay.
directly. It's more of an ambiance. You can enjoy things properly.
Yeah.
But it is annoying that as a passionate fan that I am, you know, because sometimes it holds back a lot. As the time carries on, it carries on, and then sometimes it doesn't follow up to the extra time, and sometimes it's a bit annoying, especially the way we're playing,
Mhm.
which I think mostly is what I'm bothered about compared to the rules really, because I like these new rules because it's kind of forcing us and any other teams to step up their game and see how City did it. Because if when you have these rules that are being added all the time, it forces you to improve your football. And this is why football has improved and is better than the football of yesterday or 20 years ago. So it has its ups and it has its downs, but the result is more clinical than it would be
Mhm.
10 to 20 years ago.
Okay.
That's my thing about it, really.
All right, DJ Sava, check your inbox on Twitter. It's right there. Phantom of Mini Topic. Good night, brother. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll be back again on Friday. So stay tuned on the channel. We'll be back on Friday. for you, Phantom. DJ, the link is right there. Thank you very much, Makeem, for dropping your thoughts on this situation. I think we've covered pretty much everything. Steven, we're waiting just for about 2 more minutes to see if DJ will connect and join us here and let us know what he makes of the Osimhen situation.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Osimhen or maybe Gallagher, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, when he plays for the Three Lions, it means that Chelsea have to pay 2.5 million to Manchester City. Same thing we got from Eden Hazard. We have almost about 50 million, Steven, right? 50 or 30 million from Eden Hazard winning the Champions League for Real Madrid.
It was silly money. I think with all like the add-ons and stuff, it got to like 120 odd million or something silly like that.
Crazy. That was a deal that a lot of people would not give credit to Marina Ganaskaya. But then I always say that, you know what, he did it.
It's one of the rare deals I'll give her credit for. I don't give her credit for stuff like giving silly contracts to players like Bakayoko when they were literally right towards the end of their contract. We could have let them go for free, and she extended them. We were stuck with them until this summer just gone.
Yeah,
that's the
literally
sort of stuff that annoys me.
We didn't make that much from
quite a lot of
from
silly
them.
contracts out.
Yeah. All right, DJ is here with us. DJ Sav, you've had all the topics. If you can remember any of the topics, just let me know, and then I'll go through some of them for you, so you can drop your 25 cents on the show. DJ, welcome to Football Minutes live on Blue Clouds Media.
Hey, big up, guys. How are you both doing? You all right?
We're doing wonderful by God's grace.
Excellent.
I'm not sure, Steven. Are you doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Makeem, you doing all right? Right? Steven wants to. DJ Sav wants to know.
Oh God, to get you guys to answer, serious. Nah, listen.
Yeah, go ahead, DJ.
Nah, listen. I've heard all the discussions and what you guys have been just talking about, and a lot of the stuff. I think Makeem, I've agreed with a lot of what he's saying, especially about some of our players. And I think this whole situation regarding, first of all, let's start on the Victor Osimhen situation. I've seen links strong from yesterday. I think this all began yesterday from Obi Mikel's interview that he did yesterday with him, and I think it's just gone on to more today about, and the way the talk's all coming out is that he's a prime target for us for January. Now, I'm not saying a big deal like that's going to happen in January, but it's a possibility that could be something we could look forward to should that happen. And listen, do we need him? I think we do. I think we've all been talking about a killer striker up front. I think Jackson is starting to show and getting into his zone now. But do I think he's going to be the guy for us to go? To take us forward, getting these goals. I mean, especially with the attack that we do, and the play that we do, and the pass that come into that box. I think he's just the kind of guy that we need to finish on. And then you've got Nkuku to come back on top of all that. So yeah, listen, I would love Osimhen at the team. I would love him at Chelsea. I think he's a great talent. I think he could come in and do well. But I don't know if I don't know. We're talking about 120 million for him. Would you really think that'd be a kind of sign, that kind of big money? Would you say that'd be the kind of sign to do in January, or do you guys think it'd be best to do it in the summer? Should we need to do it?
To me, I'll say summer.
Summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say summer.
I think we have to protect ourselves in the sense that if we're going for it, we have to go January.
Yeah.
And to try and get it sealed in case we don't get Champions League, because then he's locked in.
Yeah.
If we don't go for it in January, even if it's pre-contract, I'll take a pre-contract.
Yeah, I'll take a pre-contract too.
Pre-contract, till end of the season, I'll take that. Because otherwise, if we wait till the summer and we don't get Champions League, we're done. We're finished. And then by that point, we've missed out on an Ivan Toney instead because we were trying so hard on Osimhen.
My problem is not to bring him in now in the January to create so much problem with the team, because Armando Broja is coming from injury. We haven't seen much of him with this young team. So if we can do the same deal like we did with Nkuku and was in Christian Pulisic, then I'm all for it. Get a deal done in January, keep him with Napoli, let him play for Napoli, let him get much more game time. Then in the summer, whatever we can weigh out options and say, okay, Broja will be a third striker or whatever we have going on. Then we know that maybe we can try and figure out if we can make Jackson a creative midfielder instead of being the number 9, because he's not, to me, I've seen him, he's not a really number 9. So let him be a midfielder, maybe a number 8 or whatever we can try and put Jackson in. So he can, because he's good, he can win aerial drills. He's just the finishing is not there. He doesn't have that confidence out there. So with that, I'll say let's get a deal done, bring him in the January. The summer transfer window. Let's give Jackson, Armando Broja a little bit more time. Ikuku's also coming in. Let's give these guys. Jackson will be gone though. Jackson will be gone. So it'll be gone for just a month or a month or 2 weeks. And he'll be back again. So bringing in Osimhen in the January transfer window, we're going to have too many players on the bench with lots of money on high wages and high whatever price tag they are without getting game time. All right.
Just quickly on that, I'm not worried about him coming in January because I just don't see Napoli selling him because Napoli, I'm looking at it going, well, why would we sell him? This guy can literally carry us to titles, to leagues, to help us get far in Europe and all these things.
Yeah.
And then you get the transfer money, but you also get the prize money for, say, getting far in Europe. And I know the prize money is not as big in Italy, but obviously it's still big in terms of compared to the other teams in Italy because you're finishing higher. Of course.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So obviously you want to get the most from Italy. You want to get the most from Europe that you can possibly get. And he's our best bet at getting that. Because if you get far in Europe with him, and then you get the 120, 130, whatever it is, 150 odd million, whatever, on top of that prize money, you've got a massive amount of money you can go out and spend to replace him and improve other areas of your team anyway. So that's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
All right, DJ Flo, give you one more minute. I'm not sure. Makim, do you have anything you want to in regards to what the question from DJ with Victor Osimhen? If either the club should get him now or wait in this summer.
With Victor Osimhen, we have to realize, he's a world-class talent, but he's not Premier League proven. And the way we play doesn't really attribute to the striker. So he could be left in no man's land. We need to look at players that can survive in no man's land. This is why players like Haaland are the way they are. Yeah. This is the thing. Ivan Toney is used to this. But if we get Osimhen, we're going to have to give him the Havertz treatment.
Yeah.
We're going to have to give him the Mount treatment. We're going to have to give him X amount of chances for him to become the player that he was in Napoli. And I don't know if the Chelsea fans are going to have the patience to give him that time to become that player for us. That's the thing about it. This is the only reason why I want Ivan Toney instead. Ivan Toney is a quick adaptation.
Yeah.
But with Osimhen, we're going to have to give him the girlfriend treatment.
Okay. All right, DJ, you got 1 minute flow. And we've touched bases on so many topics before we wrap up for the day, DJ.
No, that's fine. No, listen, that's good. Good input from both of you and all of you on that. It's just it was just nice to get another take on it. I think the thing with Ivan Toney, I think that would be a good deal to do in January. But from my understanding is it looks like I don't know how true it is, but hearing it from some Arsenal source, that deal is almost 90% done to go to Arsenal. I don't know how much true that is for him to go there. So that could be a bit of a difficult one to get him in January if he opts for Arsenal. That's the only reason why I was looking at Osimhen as the next one to come in if we can't get him. I mean, I would love Toney at Chelsea as well, but I just think if this whole thing with Arsenal was true, I mean, there was some reports coming out that they think that 90% of that deal to Arsenal's done. So I don't know how true that may be, but that's what I've read today.
All right, so DJ, thank you very much for coming on, dropping your 2 cents. Makeem, much love to you guys. Makeem, when you
Sure.
come on, you have a little bit of time, join and let us have because when people are listening, they hear different voices and not the same voice all the time. Sometimes it get more interesting. So that's why once in a while I like to have you guys on the show. Have your voice on the channel. Because I really, I'm very happy you guys joined the show today. Thanks so much, Steven. Thank you very much, guys. Today this is where we're gonna end the show. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be back again on Friday. DJ, enjoy the rest of your day. Steven, Makeem, thank you guys all for coming. Enjoy your day, and then we'll see you guys again tomorrow on Friday. Bye bye.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.